Hi everyone, welcome to this new class on how to avoid fraud on eBay as a seller. Now you might want to ask, why do people scam on eBay? Well, I can give you a couple reasons here. First of all, they would like to do it for fun, or they cannot afford to buy your products, so they resort to scamming you. Next, they could have gotten a stolen account from a friend or from some online backdoor that have access to your eBay account or to your PayPal account. So what they do is they just want to try whether they can get the item for free. And as you know, the big marketplace like eBay is full of new sellers. So as new sellers, definitely there are things that you do not know or you're not aware of. So you should find out more, or especially keep on learning as you sell online. What are the ways that people can scam you, and try to avoid that. So what you will learn in this class, I'll show you how to spot a scammer using a live case study that I encounter on eBay, and also how to avoid getting fraud on eBay. So what are the tips and tricks, and how do you spot them? And lastly, as a seller, what you should do if you were to encounter this or any special particular cases that you are not sure whether should you sell the products to the buyer. Now today we're going to talk about how scammers choose you as their targets. Now often I get question asked, what can new seller do if they have little feedbacks? Well, first of all, you need to understand that scammer definitely they are looking for new seller with little or no feedback score at all. If you do not have any feedback, don't even think about selling on eBay, because chances is that you won't get your product sold. New seller always are very ambitious, and they would like to sell high-end electronic products which give them a higher margin. That's where scammer will actually look out for all these people. And if you are a new seller and you do not have experience selling more than 100 items, chances is that the scammer will actually choose you as their target, because they know that you are inexperienced. And well, international sellers actually refers to me and the rest of the people that's outside USA. Of course, there are people that are selling locally in USA, but as an international seller, you are more subjected to this type of fraud. And especially English is not your primary language, which makes communication difficult at times. Be aware of this list over here. Okay, let's go through some of the tactics used by a fraud buyer. Now first of all, they will ask you to deal outside. Well, they will actually send you an email and ask you whether you could deal outside eBay, and they will maybe they would like to pay you more. They will actually ask you to ship to a non-confirmed address on PayPal. Now never ever ship a products to a non-confirmed address, even if the person pay you with PayPal, even with more money. Yeah, like I mentioned, they will email you and offer you to pay more. Now no one in the right mindset would want to buy something more expensive. Always be aware that all these are scammer and you do not want their money. So what you can do is immediately refund them. Or another way, they will ask you for your PayPal and they say that they will pay you via PayPal directly if you invoice them. So don't ever do that unless you really know somebody or is a friend that is trying to buy from you. If not, try to avoid this at all costs. And lastly, they will give you an overseas address and ask you to send the item over to there. So once you decided to take the money from an unknown source or unconfirmed address and send it overseas, basically you will not be protected by the seller protection which eBay have enforced. So always be aware of this. And of course, if this person or the person that the buyer actually click on buy it now but never pay you, this could be easily avoided if you have this settings checked on, meaning that the buyer must pay you immediately after they select buy it now. So it is a small little setting that you need to check on inside your eBay selling account. So what can you do as a seller to protect yourself? Well, let me break this up into two parts. The first part here is you can simply ignore the email, or you can respond to the email but at the same time report to eBay about this suspicious person or this suspicious buyer, so that eBay is aware. If eBay have a similar complaint from this particular buyer, they will basically take down the account and only ship to a verified PayPal address. So you can actually look into the PayPal email that they sent you. The address basically will have a green color confirm. So this green color confirm basically protecting you as a seller. Try to avoid doing auction style listing unless you actually have a lot of used item. So I will treat it as a auction style listing, something that people want to sell secondhand, because this is subjected to a lot of bidding unless you have the time. So because I'm doing the dropshipping model, this don't actually apply to me. Like I mentioned, do immediate PayPal payment. This is a must, especially you want to sell on eBay. Lastly, if you are running out of ideas what to respond back to the person, you can always use the eBay help. So I'll show you in a while where to get this help. And at the same time, you can also chat with the eBay support team. So the part 2 is that ship only within USA and do not ship to PO box addresses even outside island of USA. So you can do this setting inside your eBay account. And if you encounter a situation that is very unique, do Google it for this situation using the Google search. And of course, when you're starting out, do not sell expensive electronic items. So you're actually telling people to scam you, especially if you're new. Always avoid this until you're a more experienced seller. And one more thing is that do not ship immediate. So what do I mean by do not ship immediate? So especially if you have an item that sold for $1,000, so you do not immediately go on, even if you have received the PayPal, do not go on straight away to order it. Do some background check if it's your first time or the first time the person bought from you. Does this person actually have more than one feedback, or is it a person that with zero feedback? If it's with zero feedback, you actually need to check out more before you decided to proceed with the order. Look at his account, how long have this person on eBay, email this person and confirm his address, or just simply to say hi, because usually people with zero feedback would not buy something so expensive during their first purchase online. Not saying that there is no new buyer, but definitely there is something that you need to be aware of. So always trust your gut feel. If it's something that you don't feel like shipping to the person, just refund it. Yeah, you don't lose anything much, maybe except a few cents. You don't really lose anything much, even though there is a PayPal fee or the eBay fee. All this will be refunded back to you. So you rather not take the money than to get scammed by somebody, or if the person start to do refund and you need to refund back from your source. So this gives you a lot of trouble, so you can avoid all this. Okay, like I mentioned, later I'll show you a case what I did. Actually I refunded the buyer immediately. So why I do so, check out the case. Okay, the real case study. So let's see step by step the sequence of events that took place. Yep, let's go to the eBay account. Okay, I'll log into my eBay. So just to show it to you, if you want to get help, you can always go to this part over here, say help and contact. Just click on it. You can search for answers and you can actually contact eBay support. So if you're in your local country, or if you're in the country where they have eBay offices, you can always call them directly and ask them for help, even if you don't know what to do. Just call them. Yeah, they will be very pleased to help you, or you can even chat with them. You just click on contact us and look at what are the different options that you can contact the customer service. Yeah, usually there is a few options. Say for example, you're trying to do selling, okay, and then you meet some issues, selling problems, and report an issue with a buyer. Okay, so here are some of the information that you can read on about the buyer. Same time, if you really need to speak to somebody from the eBay site, you can always call them. Yep, just by using this same method, selecting other options, it allows you to see what are the options to call or contact the eBay support. Okay, so let me go to the events that took place. In this case study, somebody actually bought this item from me. It is actually a drone, which the person asking me to send it to a different address. Yeah, so this guy basically, this person, I'm not afraid to show this person ID, because most likely this person already been blocked by eBay. So later on I'll show it to you why I say so. He has a very good feedback score of 143. Yeah, and at the same time, this person actually paid to me $118 on this date, 15th February. Everything seems okay, except he's saying that, oh, I made a mistake. I have a few addresses and I chose the incorrect address. Can you help me to fix it? Now this will ring a bell to you, because this person actually paid this amount of money and without checking his address and asking you to ship to a different person. So this one actually will tells you immediately that something's wrong. Yeah, something's really wrong, because this full address itself is not a confirmed address. So by shipping here, you will not be protected. So what I did immediately is I actually refunded this person. So let's take a look. So I've cancelled this order immediately. Yep. Actually, I refunded to this person. Before I actually refunded to this person, I actually wrote him an email telling that in order to confirm with eBay selling policy, I do not ship to a different address from the PayPal. So this is what I do, and then I proceed on to cancel. So you do not need to wait for the buyer to respond to you. If you as a seller feel that you are not safe or protected by the eBay rules that have been set up, just cancel it immediately. Yeah, so this is what you do. So I'll show you another email that eBay sent me regards to this person. So basically 2 days after I cancelled this order, I received this email from eBay. Yeah, so actually you can see this person ID over here. Okay, so eBay is actually saying that I've been recently contacted by this person, this guy, through the eBay messaging system, which I just showed you. Okay, this account was recently found to have been accessed by an unauthorized third party who may have used the account in an attempt to defraud other members. See, so this is what happens. Because we are more experienced seller, we understand that basically when people try to fraud you, it is very easy to tell. And don't be afraid, especially if a buyer start demanding you to ship immediate orders. You just ignore them. Yeah, take your time. You are the seller. If you're not happy, just don't sell them. It's just a simple buy and sell thing. Okay, so just be aware of this. Okay, class project. Now discuss about the fear that you have selling on eBay. After I've shown you how people can fraud you, maybe you have a lot of fear. Just discuss about it, and maybe we can come up with certain steps that you can avoid. Or let me just point to you some of the places that you can seek more help, especially from the eBay community. And have you been scammed before selling online? And what did the person do? Maybe you can share your experience and we can all learn from it. So class summary, what you have learned. So you have learned in this class how to identify a scammers from miles away, especially the simple tactics that they use, and also how to protect yourself as an eBay seller, because your ultimate aim is to make money online or from this eBay source marketplace as a dropshipper, and not to get scammed by all these people. So all these scammers that come into place will actually cut into your profit margins and waste your time. So you have to eliminate and protect yourself on this issue. And look at all the scammers tactics that they use on you, how you can protect yourself, like mentioned. And I've come to the end of this class. Thank you for joining me, and do check out my other classes on dropshipping, and I'll see you in the next class.